Greetings, everyone. We are back with our campaign as the Athenians. Now, this is going to be a little bit different, so I do apologize, because what's actually happened here is I've reverted back to one of my old save points, because I just felt that this campaign was not being done justice. The original footage that I had was with my older system. I did recently get a bit of an upgrade. Well, quite an upgrade, as far as I'm concerned. And I really wanted to redo this with a little bit better graphical settings. I just think that, as epic as the Peloponnesian War was historically and using Athens in this campaign with this incredible mod, I just think that it is going to do it more justice. So, we are back in the year 430 in spring, and it's similar to where we left off with one of the last videos. I ensured I did not want to have to redo the shenanigans taking Thermon, because it was just a little too much work. So I had just recently taken that, and I'm trying to rebuild that city, and I know that eventually the Peloponnesians will come here. So that we'll just have to stand by there. Hopefully the Aetolian Locrians will be able to hold this area to keep me safe on the east, because the Corinthians at any point could start coming down. Of course, my allies, the Thessalians, I don't know how long they'll want to stay with us, but we'll see what happens. Alright. The Spartan armies have separated, but I really am not in a position to fight them one-on-one. Well, no, there's no reinforcement here. And especially with them being fortified, it's not easy. So what I'm going to be hoping to do eventually is to get them, catch one of these armies out. This one especially I should be able to take. I have superior cavalry, or more cavalry, and skirmish abilities, although this is quite a heavy force, although not near as powerful. Well, no, not really much different. So I might actually move this army out, because I don't think they'll be able to catch me. So let's give that a try. And I believe that the garrison at Athens, let's see here. Yeah, we have a full garrison. I think that should be enough to hold out if I do get sieged, and I can always bring out these two forces if needed. But basically, I need to remove the Peloponnesians. I need to get the Spartans out of Attica, and the more damage I can do to these armies, the more that I can really neuter them. As you know in this mod, or if you don't know, that each unit has unique caps, which is based around historically what the polis, maybe a Greek, correct my pronunciation there, what was available at the time during this the Peloponnesian War. So that's one thing that makes this mod so incredible, is it gives you that feeling that you care about your units. You really don't want to lose them, because you only have so many of them. So, for example, I have this professional unit here, paid for by the state, the Logades. I can only recruit this one unit, and if they fall, then that's it. If I lose that unit, they're done. The Hippeas, 8 unique caps. So I have half of those unique caps right now. Any of them that falls, that gets routed, fully removed, that unit is gone. And I have to dip into reserves, which are more expensive, and I need to have the right population to support it. These here, the Pentacosio I'm sure I'm butchering that as well. 35 unique caps for this heavy unit. These are the elite, the wealthy class of Athens. Don't know if I have any of my middle class. I have my Thetes. How do you say that? Again, 49. These are more of my poor troops. They tend to serve as Marines, maybe, as for the Navy. And they are my most numerous group, but I can't really, this army is fairly weak. It's more of a reinforcement army for flanking. So I don't want to be going toe-to-toe with any of these Spartan armies. So we'll see what happens. So in time, I'll be able to build it up. This is my main force here. I know that the suggestions for this mod for Athens is to try to recruit your local units, which I do in my other areas, but I need this army to be as elite as possible because they're going to be doing a lot of damage. So let's move over here. Alright, so I also can't forget that I have my northern armies, which I need to pay close attention. See, like this is... I was going to attack the city, but it looks like... Where are the Byzantians? Okay. So I think I'm going to pull these guys back and protect Marinea. See, look, they have transports coming, but they can't go that far. So I think I'm going to just pull back here and maybe use this as some intelligence. I could definitely get an agent. And I guess I will show you kind of what's going on here. Ooh, I love that leg spike there, eh? So this army had fought off a little battle here, and we are recovering. Eventually, I'm going to need to take Pronoi from the Corinthians as soon as possible. I need to build up Naupactus, the garrison, as much as I can. I prefer to have the Epivatae. I did also take Pylos, and I liberated the Messenians. I know they won't last very long, but it's just sort of a pain in the Peloponnesus for the Spartans, so that kind of distracts them a little bit. So anytime they retake that, I will certainly do my best to try to continue to liberate and be allied with the Messenians. It just gives me that a little extra time. So that's what's happening. So let's get on with it. We need to use our agents here. We have Socrates himself, and we need to rank him up. Oh, looks like I can't do anything. Or wait a second. Because he needs to be ranked up. I think we wanted... Can't really see what the effects are. I think it's one of the updates. Okay. No, okay, so I'll have to wait. I have a champion here. No, he can't do anything either. I need to get the champions with my armies so I can just rally. I can rank them up that way, and then that will give them more experience, because that's going to be very essential. Okay. Now I'll turn the mic off so you don't have to hear me breathing. I really want to get good favor with the Sicilians, because one of these northern factions, either Epirus, Macedon, or Thessalon, one of them is going to become the dominant faction here in northern Greece. Right now I'm hoping it's the Thessalians, although usually you are lucky if it's Eperos, simply because they do not have very good, they don't have any special cavalry units, whereas in Macedon and Thessaly they have the best cavalry in all of Greece for the most part. So that really becomes a big pain for them to just be able to recruit endless amounts of those heavy cavalry. You can definitely take them, but it's still, this is one of the more cringe parts of a Hellenika campaign, is having to deal with one of these factions, which one of the three always will dominate, and it's one of your more challenging opponents, I'll say. So right now I just want to maintain good relations as long as I can, and keep the Delian League intact is essential. The recording software definitely takes a big hit on my FPS or the performance. So we'll see how this works in the big battles. Hopefully it's not too detrimental. Okay, let's end the turn here. And oh, I probably should have put that unit in defense, but here we go. Okay. Huh. Uh-oh. Tension among Democrats and oligarchs in Corcyra and Mytilene. In about 10 turns, war will erupt between Athens and Mytilene, and a rebellion at Corcyra, Corcyra, however you want to say it, will take place. Athenian players should be ready for a quick capture of Mytilene and reinforce the fleets. Oh boy. So yeah, I know this is going to happen, and I'm hoping that updates will still allow me to use a little exploit that I found. So essentially what's happening here is that Mytilene will break from me, as it did in the Peloponnesian War, and I have to remove them as soon as possible, because what will happen is the rebellion will spread throughout the Delian League. So the next, I think the Chians will probably join next, until the Ionians and who knows where else. So that needs to be taken out as soon as possible, and it's a very challenging aspect, because they always have a pretty decent force here, and some tactics are try to drive everybody out with one of your ports. So I do need to actually, now that I think about this, the Samian fleet is going to need to, yeah, we'll need to get these guys moving. Let's see. I think I'm going to want... Oops, didn't mean that. Okay, I'll get a couple more archers, but for this one, it's good to have the larger units in this case, because they have missiles and they have better defense. Because if they don't come and meet me at sea, which I tend to never get any luck with, I can actually sneak them through and capture the gates. So that's sort of the plan B. So let's see here. Okay, so no, they are. So I'm in a dilemma here. So what do we got? Let's see what their morale is. You know what? Their morale is actually not that good. What we got? Hmm. It's not the biggest garrison. So no, I don't think that army is capable of taking it. Okay, don't forget to get some technology. So I wanted to support Cleon's strategy. Plus 10 campaign map movement. That's pretty big. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? I should start giving my navy a bit of a bonus. I know with Athens, sometimes you can give that a bit of a delay because you already have a naval buff as far as your speed and such, but why not maintain that superiority at sea? I won't call my allies to help. You never know who's gonna abandon me. So we'll just, this will be our own issue. We all already have the Byzantians. Let's go. So the key here is you want to try to double team each ship. Hope sometimes your men will run into each other like this, like idiots. Oh, jeez. Come on, guys. That's really embarrassing. We're the Athenians. Oh. All right. Yeah, I could really use an agent over there, but I haven't. I I should actually take Pronoi here when I have the chance. I don't see why not. Yeah, let's do that. What I like about the Athenian campaign more than any of the others is the fact that every turn is a lot of decisions, very important decisions that you have to make, and you could easily make the wrong one, which could potentially cost you the whole campaign. It's certainly not easy, and whereas I find with some of the other turns, especially Sparta, where it's very slow. There's only so much you can do. You can't move much. You're fairly stuck in the Peloponnesus there, and it does take some time before you're able to start going on the offensive. Whereas Athens, right away from turn one, you need to get moving. All right, well, here's our dry weather. Let's go for it. This is great about the new Rome update. Oh, they are coming out to get me. Look at that. Okay, let's get to the high ground here, men. Alright, men of Athens. Okay, let's Let's form phalanx here. I think everybody's out of missiles. Okay, let's get some archers' missiles right behind them. That is the victory, my friends. You know what's frustrating is how you get better FPS in battles than you do on the campaign map. Welcome to Rome 2. Okay. Actually, want to know what? I don't know what's going on here. I think I'm going to fortify these guys. It kind of sucks, but we gotta do what we gotta do. If only these guys can... Peace treaty. Where? Oh. I mean, our force isn't that good, but I think we might be able to take them. We do have a decent amount of heavy Acropolis guard here. And lots of skirmishers. And they have no cavalry. We at least have a little bit of cavalry to take out their skirm. Okay. I think we got the Spartans out here, boys. Earlier, the Boeotians were with the Spartan stack here, with the Spartan army, the Peloponnesians, and they are gone. So the Spartans are caught out by themselves. It's somewhat historically accurate, because based in Thucydides is that the Peloponnesians, the longest stay that they had raiding Attica, trying to cut down their olive trees and their crops and take all their grain, was a period of 40 days. So they were never actually able to maintain themselves in this state for such a long period of time. So right now the Spartans have been besieging me, and it looked promising. They certainly had the superior army, but now that the Boeotians have left, they are actually caught out. So my army based in Euboea was able to reinforce. So I'm going to leave this as a cliffhanger, and we will see what happens in the next episode. But right now, it's not looking good for the Spartans, as you can see. So until next time, cheers.